In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the inner tie rod ends on this Nissan Rogue. These are going to be attached to the steering rack. Let's get into it. We're going to use a 21mm socket. Take the lug nuts off. Remove the wheel. Loosen up the jam nut. Use a 22mm wrench. Just make sure that's loose. That's good. I'll take the nut off for the outer tie rod end. Use a 14mm socket. Take that off. Now you want to separate the tie rod from the knuckle. There is different types of front end tools you can use. I'm just going to use a hammer and give it a tap. Just pop it off. Now unthread the outer tie rod end, and you want to count the threads, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Write that number down somewhere. I'm going to use some locking pliers. Just attach those to the inner tie rod end. And we're going to take that nut off. And using a 22mm socket, take this nut off. Remove the locking pliers. And using some hose clamp pliers, take this hose clamp off. Slide that off. We're going to remove the boot. There's a clamp on the inside. I'm just going to use a straight pick and find where the opening of the clamp is. It's a little bit hard to see. You might have to feel for it. All right, it's right there. And we'll just give it a tap. I'm just going to spread that clip. Sometimes you can reuse it. Depending if it breaks or not. All right, that's loose. Twist it back and forth. And pull it off. You can see where the clamp is there. So we just got in there and just spread that apart. Now on the inside, right behind the inner tie rod end, we're going to use some locking pliers. You want it as close to the tie rod end as possible. And this is just to prevent turning while we're loosening up the tie rod end so that you don't mess up the gears inside there. This is a 1 7/16 adapter. Some of them may be different. We'll use an inner tie rod tool. And just hold that while you loosen it up. There we go. That's loose. I can remove the tool. Take off the inner tie rod end. Take the new inner tie rod end and get that started. And get that all the way down. And then we're going to snug that up. Just install the tool. Hold the pliers while we tighten this down. And snug that down, that's good. And remove the tool. And you can take off the pliers. I'll just take a little grease, and right where this cutout is, this little bump, you want to just put a little grease there. take the boot. We're gonna start a wire tie around the boot instead of using the clamp. You don't want to tighten it down too much, just get it around there. That's fine. We'll tighten it up later. Slide the boot on. Make sure it goes over the rack. Now I'm just going to tighten up the wire tie. I'm just going to use some needle nose pliers first. Just pull that tight so it doesn't twist. Let's go a little bit more. Take some side cutters and just cut the excess. Now take the hose clamp and just slide that over the end. You can pull this out if it makes it easier. And just get that in position. Right there where you put the grease. That's good. Put the jam nut on. Now take the outer tie rod, get that lined up, and you want to count the threads going on, whatever that number you wrote down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Move the jam nut down and put the tie rod into the knuckle. Get the nut started. And using a pry bar, get underneath the tie rod. Just gonna put a little pressure on it. And snug this down. Now torque this nut to 25 foot-pounds. That's good. And snug up that jam nut. You can torque that to 65 foot-pounds if you can get a torque wrench on there. Do the best you can. Now put the wheel on. Get the lug nut started. Snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. After finishing this installation, it's important to have an alignment done on your vehicle.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.